So hello, my name is Benjamin. I've suffered from systemic sclerosis for about 6 years now, and I've been suffering from severe calcinosis on my right index finger for about just as long, and a little bit on other fingers. I have a little small pitted calcinosis on my left hand, and after just using normal moisturizing cream to keep the calcinosis, I guess you could say, tender, so that it doesn't dry up and cause pain, there hasn't been much improvement, especially on the right index. So after looking at multiple case studies, I found about topical sodium thiosulfate, which I basically decided to do my own little study on it, and just note the results, because there isn't much on it. I mean, the case study, I think I found one case study, but with only one patient, which doesn't tell you much. But the other case study only has 45 patients. It was still about, like they say in the study, I think I'll just put it in the description for those who want to see it. But out of 45 patients, it was about 75% effective. And the whole, you could say, duration of the treatment for them to show some improvement was about 5 months, which is pretty good. I mean, if you need to put a cream on for 5 months for a calcinosis to heal, that's a good period of time. It sure beats injecting directly into the calcinosis area with a needle, any type of product. Now I know that they do inject thiosulfate directly in where the calcinosis is, but from what I gathered through my rheumatologist, they haven't had much success with that. So avoiding that pain is also a nice thing. So what I'm going to do is just share my measurements, so that you can get a good idea. Just gonna open the file where I'm keeping it, and what I'll do is I'll probably measure it, the progress, every 2 weeks to 3 weeks. At least I'll try once or twice a month at least. It's hard when you have to deal with the effects of scleroderma. So on my right hand, I measured right now where it's pretty much the calcinosis itself, where it's, I guess that you could call it, crusty area that's filled the hole. So it's 9.8 millimeters wide, and I call it long, the length of the finger. It's 6.9 millimeters, so it's actually pretty big, and it's pretty painful. It's not infected or anything. And on my left hand, I have just a small little pit, but I would really love to get rid of it as well. That one, it's 2.6 millimeters wide and 1.4 millimeters the length of the finger. So it's not very much. You can barely see it on the camera even if I showed it. But that little pit, if it falls out, if it dries out too much and it falls out, it's really painful. So if I can get rid of that and just make sure that it heals up properly and just becomes scar tissue, would be great. So that's pretty much it. For those who are interested, who might be patients, I live in Quebec, Canada. It's not something that's available. You would have to go through your rheumatologist to get a prescription through your pharmacist. Then you have to go through your pharmacist to get an estimation done on pricing from a specialized pharmacy in a city to get it done. So 25 milliliters will set you back about $45, which I think I can make last a month, maybe. I'm not too sure about that. I hope I can make it last 30 days. It doesn't really matter, because 25 milliliters is only good for it's only stable for 3 months. So you have to get through it quite quickly. You can't just leave it on yourself. So I think that's a reasonable amount to have. So I'm actually going to put it on, and if a doctor has any different suggestions, I'm going to apply directly even though there's that hard secretion on the calcinosis, I'm going to apply it on top of it. There's a little pinhole in the middle, so I hope that it gets some through there. But even now, like I just got out of the shower and it's starting to kind of flake a bit. Doesn't take very long for it to dry out. Like I said before this, I used to just put this on. I put moisturizing cream. I don't completely rub it in, and then I cover it with Band-Aids to really keep it moist. I would do that in the morning, in the evening, and then maybe let it dry in between for an hour or two. Get some air on there, just so it doesn't get infected or anything, and yeah, just keeps it from being painful. Doesn't help heal whatsoever. So that was my only option, and I don't feel like taking painkillers, so finding an option that works is really good. So I'm actually going to put some on right now, and basically just put on, hopefully, it's probably more than a milliliter. I'll probably put less than that next time, and apply Band-Aids directly to it. This is the only time I'm going to show doing this. My goal is to just share a little bit the first time. Put that directly on there. Of course, when you film something, it's a little worse. It's always harder to do something. Yeah. And my goal is not to put pressure on top of it, so I'm just trying to get it like in a little cavity when I put the Band-Aids on. I don't want the Band-Aid to necessarily rub on the calcinosis itself, but just keep I guess keep the cream just there. So I kind of since mine is directly on the joint, and my finger doesn't bend anymore, it doesn't go straight, it stays pretty much in a 90-degree angle. The joint itself is, I guess, completely compromised, so basically it has that little triangle area, and yeah, so I kind of keep it like that, so that if I hit, it's on the joint on the index, so if I hit it on the side of a table or drawer or something, it won't hurt as much either. Kind of gives it a little bit of a padding, and that's pretty much it. So I can answer questions if doctors want to. Some other people have questions on how to attain it. I hope it works out. Like I said, this is mostly for just documentation, maybe more for myself, and to show that if it works, I'll be able to share this with other people. I'm not doing this for entertainment at all, but just that's it. So I'll keep it updated as much as I can. With scleroderma, you can never be too sure how you feel. So that's pretty much it. Everybody who knows how to deal with it knows the game. So we'll see how this goes.